This is where we teach ballroom dance to young ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm sure you heard a little bit about this when you passed by the classroom and see what they were doing. It looks pretty cool, huh?
No.
Okay, so might look a little scary too. So, what I'd like to do is we're going to get started and tell you a lot more about this amazing program that I brought down to Rochester. Before we get started with that, what I'd like to do is I would like to introduce to you the classrooms who have now officially completed the Dancing Classrooms program, Mr. Jerry's class and Ms. Anderson's class. Come on in.
Welcome everyone. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Parents, you are just wait until what you see. This is going to be so exciting. I want to welcome parents for being here. Superintendent Munoz, thanks for being here. We have members of the cabinet and members of the school board. Thanks for being here. These fifth graders have been working since September, 10 weeks, on Heart of the Dance program. You're going to see so many great things today. I'm going to turn this over to Miss Andrea, who is the educational liaison and the co-president of Heart of Dance.
Thank you, Principal. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I won't take a lot of time because you're all here to see the stars of the show, but I do want to tell you just briefly a little bit about this program. Dancing Classrooms was founded in New York City about 25 years ago by a world champion Latin dancer, Pierre Dulaine, and was very successful in the 5 boroughs there. And in about 15 years ago, a documentary was made about it. You may have heard of Mad Hot Ballroom. That's this program. And when that movie came out, played nationally, the calls started pouring in. How can we get this in our city? And so they started spreading into other cities, and there are now over 30 sites worldwide. Minnesota was the 30th site, and we are the fastest growing because it has been embraced so excitedly, really, by the whole state of Minnesota. 2 years in the Twin Cities. This is our 3rd year of programming, and this is one of 2 inaugural schools in Rochester. So congratulations to all of you. You're the first graduating class of Dancing Classrooms in Rochester. It is a semester-long program, so next semester we're going to be starting fresh in new schools. A couple of additional schools here in Rochester will be bringing the program in as well. In the 2.5 years we've been in operation, we've served over 3,000 fifth graders. We're now in Rochester, Duluth, and the Twin Cities, and we also have an 8th grade program as well, so 8th grade is up and running this year too. But the thing to understand that I really want to emphasize is this is not a dance class. Yes, we do teach ballroom dancing, but we use ballroom dancing as a vehicle to teach essential life skills. And so many of those happen along the way. The 3 that we really focus on a lot in the classroom are respect, elegance, and teamwork. Yes. And that's what we're going to see exhibited today. So I do have parent surveys. I got those to many of you when you came in, but some of them near the end I may have missed. So I'll be coming around the back later. We want to get your feedback on your child's experience in this program. And we have some brochures if you know anyone else who might be interested in bringing it into their area. Without further ado, I think we should turn it over to Ms. Jessica and the 5th grade ladies and gentlemen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Miss Jessica. I have had the privilege of being the teaching artist here for the last 10 weeks with your young ladies and gentlemen who have been learning different ballroom dances in the classroom. And you're going to see a couple amazing things today. Please know this. I always like emphasizing this. We bring the program here. It is the young ladies and gentlemen's job to choose how hard they work at it and how amazing they look. So when you see how amazing they look out here, that is all of their hard work. So if I could please have Mr. Jerry's class stand up elegantly and get into escort position, please. If you are helping a member of Mr. Jerry's class, please join them. And are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? And hold up this way, Mr. Bryce. All right, so not only are we presenting to you today the dances that the ladies and gentlemen have learned, but the ladies and gentlemen have an assignment that we call a curriculum connection that happens halfway through the program. And this is because we not only study just the dances themselves, but we try to focus on learning about the cultures and the countries the dances come from, learning about the body language that's associated with them, and how we can use that language to communicate across cultures. So, first presenting, Miss Alexia has an assignment that she's going to share for us. So come on up, Miss Alexia.
My name is Miss Alexia. This is The Swing by Kylie. It's a poem. This dance makes you feel like you're free. This dance makes your body move automatically. This dance makes your blood pressure race. This dance lets you be you. This dance is not professional, so don't try to be serious. This dance makes you feel like you're walking on air. Don't worry, nobody's perfect. If you get a step wrong, just remember, have fun.
All right, and then part of the work of learning these dances is, after a while, the ladies and gentlemen find out that Miss Jessica is no longer going to count and work out the steps all the time. Maybe I expect them to start memorizing the steps to show off how well they've learned that. Some ladies and gentlemen today will be presenting these dances without the help of music, showing how well they've established understanding of rhythm. So first presenting today for the merengue, I will have Miss Olivia, escorted by Mr. Vaughn. So first they actually have to learn the dance like this, where literally it's just movement and counting out different steps. And then after we get those steps down, then they earn music. So ladies and gentlemen, can we please close the circle and inside circle, outside circle position. From the Dominican Republic, and as you can see there, we start learning a little something about a little bit of Latin movement, which at first is weird for everyone, including myself when I first started learning it. But after a while, it shows how much fun it is, and we start learning about the cultures of the Dominican Republic. All right, next for presentation, I have Miss Darian and Mr. Cypress. Come on up.
My name is Cypress. dramatic and fun dance. The end.
All right, and then we are going to have a demonstration of the tango. That will be demonstrated by Miss Kira, escorted by Mr. Braden. And 5, 6, please begin.
T-A-N-G-O, T-A, rock, step, next, 1, 2, 3, rock, rock, 4, rock, rock, repeat, rock, step, 1, 2, 3, rock, rock, 4, rock, rock, repeat, forte, next, forte, N-G-O, forte, cross and knot, T-A-N-G, scorpion, T-A-N-G, promenade, T-A-N-G, scorpion, T-A, twirl her out.
So the tango comes from Argentina, and that one is long. So that one really tests out them learning how to memorize steps, how to stay in the moment. Also, because it's a slower dance and more dramatic, there's something that they learn. This is the one dance where they are not allowed to smile. All right, one big circle, please. Racetrack direction. Here we go. Strap your back straight, 100%. Here we go, and T. All right, so pretty awesome, right? The tango's pretty intense. It looks really good. All right, and next up we have a reading by Miss Valessa.
I'm Valessa, and I'm going to be telling you some of the things I liked about dancing. My favorite part of dancing was learning the foxtrot and the square dance. Another thing I also liked was moving our desks and getting into our circle. Also when we got into our escort positions. I also liked how the dances were smooth and when we got in dance position.
And finally, for Mr. Jerry's class, we have a very classical dance that we're demonstrating today. Miss Aria, escorted by Mr. Tristan, will be demonstrating the waltz.
Ladies side together, gentlemen side together, ladies side together, chain step next, inside side together, outside side together, inside side together, outside as the teacher, the lady, inside, outside, on the next, the lady, to the Tristan, raise the bridge, right, T, top, on the back.
All right, let's go going to move into one big circle, please, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, learn that the waltz comes from Vienna, Austria. You'll probably notice that this is names that gets used a lot in Disney movies. So that is where a lot of them started to recognize it. I was also super impressed by both of these classrooms. This might be the fastest I've ever seen any school learn the waltz. They did a phenomenal job here. One last round of applause. Stand up and escort position. If you are helping out a member of Miss Anderson's class, please join them now. All right. So first off, we are going to be having our DJ, Mr. Lewis, has a presentation that he is going to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Lewis is one of our students who has been practicing very hard, unfortunately an injury. So he has been my active DJ, been very helpful in class for the last couple of weeks. So he still did an amazing presentation he's going to share with you today.
My name is Lewis, and I'll tell you facts about the rumba. Where it was made is Cuba. The capital of Cuba is Havana. It was created by African slaves. It is over 400 years old. The top half of your body does not move during a dance. This is Cuba's flag. And I'll tell you facts about the tango. It is from South America, and the capital of South America is Argentina. There is no clearly defined origin. It was introduced to America in the early 1920s. It was descended from the early folk dance. This is Argentina's flag.
All right, and so demonstrating the rumba will be Miss Zoe, escorted by Mr. Callan. Come on up. Here we go. Side together to the lady. Side together to the lady. Side together to the lady. Rectangle next. Side together, travel. Travel, travel, travel. 7, 8, 9, reverse together, travel. Travel, travel, travel. Box set next. Side together to the lady. Raise your arm on 6. Show your diamond and comb your ear. Awesome, let's go ahead and close the circle, racetrack version, please. So the rumba, as we just heard from Mr. Lewis, is from Cuba. And we talk about how because it's an island country, it might be affected by its environment, such as the ocean. So you might notice a little bit of swaying movement, a little different from the merengue in that it's more legato type movement. And the ladies and gentlemen also have to, at this point, start working on understanding what it means to really take care of their teammate, making sure they don't run into somebody in front or behind them. 5, 6, here we go. Rectangle next. Give them a round of applause. All right, and next up I have Mr. Adam doing a presentation. Allow Mr. Adam.
My name is Adam, and I'll be telling you about the merengue and the foxtrot. The merengue comes from the Dominican Republic. Their language is Spanish, and the dance is half African and half Spanish. The rhythm, counts of 8 in a quick movement. I'm going to tell you a story about the little merengue. One time, a little merengue thought he was so ugly he ran away at the end. I'm going to tell you about the foxtrot. It's from the USA. Cuts, slides, and points were the dance's equipment. Pre-modern ballroom dancing disappeared with amazing finality. Count, slow, slow, quick, quick. Tell you about the foxtrot. Once upon a foxtrot, a boy was having fun. The end.
And Mr. Ika Foxtrot for you today will be Miss Evelyn, escorted by Mr. West. Come on up. Oh, Wes is not here. Oh, boy. Mr. Damon, you up for the job? Off he goes now. And 5, 6, here we go. A, abominable, B, abominable, A, abominable, B, a C step, C, abominable, C, an A step, A, abominable, B, abominable, A, abominable, B, a C step, C, abominable, C, twirl her out now. Awesome work, Mr. Thank you for stepping up, Mr. All right, and one big circle, please, ladies and gentlemen. Inside, outside circle, ladies and gentlemen. 5, 6, here we go.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get the fever that's so hard to bear. They give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the day, moon lights up the night.
All right. So you'll also notice that we have something that we call partnering or teamwork. So part of that when you're doing ballroom dance is that you focus on your frame. You'll notice that the ladies and gentlemen have really nice dance frames. So we call this, because you see this outer bent arm, we call this a crispy chicken wing. We don't like soggy chicken wings in ballroom. We want them groovy, we want them nice and crispy. This we call a peanut butter sandwich. So these things we learn help our partner in communicating using body language to make us better dancers. So, in the X, and I lost my sheet. All right. Next up for presentation, I am calling Mr. Langston, Mr. Xavier, Mr. Yusa, and Mr. Cowan. Come on up. So we gave the option that the ladies and gentlemen could write for their curriculum connection a song, story, poem, or rap. And I, for the very first time, was submitted 4 different raps by these gentlemen who collaborated together to make something pretty cool. So they're going to present these to you now.
My name is Xavier, and I'm doing a rumble rap. Rumble, rumble, it's kind of fun and doing it while everyone rumble, rumble, doing it, rumble, 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 do it. Rob, cheerleaders do it, the football players rumble, rumble, rumble. I was doing it, but a rumble just like me. Merengue, merengue, we can do it all day. It's merengue, merengue, we prepare for it all day. Merengue, merengue, my hands are super sweaty. Merengue, merengue, I did it at a wedding. Merengue, merengue, we're comparing our merengue. Merengue, merengue, you could do a lot, everyone is staring. Doing a waltz rap. Waltz, waltz, you can do it with adults, adults, if you're good, it's not our fault, fault, keep your rhymes in a vault, vault, and don't forget to eat some malt. My name is Langston, I'm doing a foxtrot rap. Foxtrot, foxtrot, you can do it on a yacht. Foxtrot, foxtrot, don't get caught, cause doing on the foxtrot on a yacht. Foxtrot, foxtrot, you can sing this up here in a yacht. Down with the tango rap. Tango, Congo, they are the tango. Tango, tango, do it while eating mango. Tango, tango, dance with Diego. On the rainbow while playing the piano.
So yeah, that was just so creative. I couldn't let that one pass up. So. All right, and finally, we are going to have a demonstration of the swing by Miss Emma, escorted by Mr. Langston. And 5, 6, here you go. A jump, jump, rock, go. The cheese now onto the cheese. A jump, jump, first to first. A jump, jump on the bridge. A jump, jump on the bridge. A boogie walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk, rock, roll. The jump, jump, rock, roll. The cheese now onto the cheese. A jump, jump, first to first. A jump, jump on the bridge. A jump, jump on the bridge. A boogie walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk, walk. Awesome work, you two. And let's go ahead and close up the circle. Swing dance frame. So the swing is, in general, pretty darn popular. It's also a pretty good workout. So, the ladies and gentlemen at this school, I think both classes proved to me that they were capable of doing this one 9 times in a row, which made me tired to watch. So that was interesting. Today we will do it 3 times in a row. Don't want to get you nice and close, too sweaty. At 5, 6, here you go. into your semicircle again, please. Mr. Jerry's class, can you please stand up and let's tighten up the circle and complete one big circle, please. An inside circle, outside circle. Here we go. Inside circle, outside circle. Here we go. Pancake position, pancake position. Tighten up that circle, make it even tighter, make it even tighter. Smoosh together, smoosh together. So, ladies and gentlemen, yet again, with an energetic dance, we learn a version of the heel-toe polka. So this one not only teaches ladies and gentlemen that this is a lot of fun, it can also just be great exercise, but also you have to be ready to dance with just about anybody because they change partners all the time. All right. 5, 6, here you go. Heel-toe. Facing the audience, please. Spread yourselves out, elegantly and respectfully. There we go. So at the end of class, we have a dance that we like to do. We're dancing with partners the entire class. So sometimes it's nice to get the wiggles out at the end, and we have a dance that we like to call the stomp. Is that everyone has to dance. That's one of the rules. They learned this day one. Ladies must dance with gentlemen, gentlemen must dance with ladies, and we all must respect each other no matter who we are dancing with. And even some adults that have come into my classroom every now and then have learned, oh, you're in here? Good, dance. Here we go. You're dancing. So, we would like everyone to please stand up on their own 2 feet. Here we go. Parents too, stand on up. congratulations, you have 100% officially completed the 5th grade dancing classroom program. Give yourselves a round of applause. Everyone here, this entire audience, please know this. This classroom is also successful because of the support. I am but one. Okay? This classroom is very successful because of the support I received in the classroom. So please give a huge round of applause to Ms. Anderson and to Mr. Jarrett. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you might recognize her from being a guest in your classroom. Miss Mary is sitting right there in that front row. She has come in and helped and danced with the ladies and gentlemen on her own time. Thank you, Miss Mary. We also had Miss Patricia. She's not able to attend today, but she was also a classroom assistant who took her own time out of her day to come dance with the ladies and gentlemen and just be a really nice influence in the classroom. So she's awesome. And finally, I think everyone here already knows this. You have an amazing principal. You have an amazing principal. You took time out of every day to check in and see how things were going. Thank you, Mr. David.
Miss Jessica and both Miss Andrea drive down from Minneapolis to do this for us. So we have a book called The Great Thing About Miss Jessica, and all the 5th graders have written a page for her. And of course, flowers for ballroom dancing. And then we also have gifts for our volunteers, Miss Patricia and Miss Mary who came. We also had a professional ballroom dancer, Mr. Gary, came in and demonstrated one day. So we are sincerely grateful for coming to Families, thank you so much for coming. It will be on Ritz and we'll send you the YouTube link. We're going to ask our ladies and gentlemen to come up in escort position for a group photo with our instructors. When they're done,